Hello. I'm currently going on an official detour because the trail is closed due to a bridge being out. This one did not give you an option. So I left at 5:30. My choices yesterday were either to stop at a campsite that was 0.5 off of the trail, which probably no one was going to stop at, and which I almost did because I had done so many miles, or to go on to the shelter to make 21.8 or whatever it was, and I am so glad that I did. It rained last night, and thinking back of all I would have to go over on wet, slippery rocks, it would have been bad. And it was bad this morning, but I didn't have that much to go over before I got to this road, so I really am kind of grateful for this road walk. The mosquitoes have been so bad. So bad. And of course I don't have any mosquito spray with me. It's just not something I carry, but it just seems like all of the sudden we're just being bombarded with mosquitoes. And I am in Connecticut now, and in Connecticut you have to stay at the designated campsites, and that's why I didn't stealth camp last night. But I am going to count my blessings right now because I really, really need to. Let's see if I got any more complaining to do first. It has been so hot, so incredibly hot. We've been under a heat advisory for days, and it is just so hard hiking in that weather. And then to boot, we've been going uphill and had climbs this time recently. So that has made things harder also. Look at this gorgeous house. I am currently in Kent, Connecticut. This detour, that road walk didn't last too long. It's almost like they're trying to torture us here, going up this hill. Okay, I think I'm over the climbs for a while. I personally don't look at what I'm doing as complaining. I'm trying to give you a real picture of what it's like out here. I'm trying to let you know what I'm experiencing. And you know what? Without conflict, you have no story. Who wants to watch that? Where everything is positive and everything is going your way. I get the heebie-jeebies when someone is always positive. So, I know there are some of you who are planning a through hike, and I want you to know what to expect. Because if you get out here and you're expecting to come out here past the halfway point and say, you know, I'm kind of bored. I think when I get to New York, I'm going to run a marathon. I like that challenge. No. For the average, normal, everyday person, everyone out here is struggling. I'm talking to them. Even people who are runners out here, or who are runners at home, are struggling out here. It's hard. New York has been hard. And now I'm in Connecticut. And I'm still facing climbs and mosquitoes and heat advisories. We've been under a heat advisory for the past 3 days, I think. And now, tonight, we've got the former hurricane coming through as tropical storm, I think. The app said tropical storm weather coming through tonight. So I can say I'm hot and sweaty. I can talk about my fears and worries. I can tell you how much my feet hurt, but you will never understand until you're out here. And you can say, everybody's feet hurt. Your feet don't hurt like my feet hurt. It's different. And in general, I have found that I have less compassion. I'm having to swat mosquitoes every few minutes. In general, to my shame, I have found that I have less compassion for people, even though I'm trying to empathize, until I've actually gone through it myself. I can't understand it. So, just throwing that out there for thought to all of the people who think I am complaining. And now, I'm going to count my blessings. I am so grateful for all of you who donated to that Buy Me a Coffee fund. What an unlooked for blessing. And it really has freed me up to be a little bit more liberal in the food that I eat in town, stopping to get non-dehydrated food, and the places I stay. As I get further north, there will be fewer hostels. I don't know why, unless since so many people drop out, there are fewer hikers coming through and not enough to sustain a hostel business. That's just a guess. So staying in hotels will be necessary, and everything gets more expensive as you go further north. The lodging, the food, everything. So, that said, I am going into the Hitching Post Motel tonight, mostly to avoid tropical storm winds and rain and chances of tornadoes and all of the other stuff that goes with that. But I gotta tell you, I am about ready to drop. I am so demoralized right now. I am, I've lost track of time, but when I told you how many days I'd gone without a shower, that was not true. Because I took that garden hose cold shower at the Graymore Spiritual Center, and that was welcome. And I would look forward to one of those right now, but it looks like I'm going to get to go into a hotel if all works out. And there was a certain person. I try to do what some of you have kind of earmarked your coffee money for. And one of you, when I can, one of you suggested that your coffee money be earmarked for a stay in a hotel, and that is what this is going for. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Each and every gift that you have given me has helped so much, and I have so appreciated it. You have no idea. Such an unlooked for blessing. So I am grateful that I'm going into town. I am grateful that I'm getting to stay in a motel, that I'm going to get a shower. I might be able to order a pizza from there. Oh. I think they only have showers. The comments were either loving this place or they were really ragging on it. I'm determined that I am going to enjoy it, but it has a small shower, or so they say. I'm thinking that means no tub, and so I won't get to wash my backpack, and man, is it really stinking. It's smelling kind of like sweat and mold. I think the faster I go, the less they're able to get me, but I don't want to go so fast that I trip. Anyway, my backpack needs to be washed again, and I have washed it another time since the video I did where I was showing you the footage of me washing my backpack. So grateful I'm going to get to sleep in a climate-controlled room with a bed. I'm grateful I don't have to set up a wet tent tonight. I'm grateful that I am going to have clean clothes. I put on totally sweaty, wet clothes this morning. Everything was wet. It was so humid last night that nothing even remotely dried. So I am grateful that I will have clean clothes, and I am so grateful for my patient and loving husband who is helping me fulfill this mission and this dream of mine. He's always got a listening ear. He's always patient. He has such wise advice. He is able to keep me grounded and calm me down when I'm really stressed out. And he's taking care of all of my reservations for the most part, which really takes such a weight off of me. Not having to worry about that. Not having to deal with the people, not having to worry about a bad phone connection when I try to do it. And he's also holding down the fort at home with the cat, the dog, and the chickens, and just grocery shopping, laundry, cleaning, everything that I usually do. So I'm grateful for that. I'm actually looking forward to getting back home to do those things. I'm grateful that I have not been badly injured. Injuries are a major cause of getting people off the trail. Another major cause is just the mental aspect of the game. People just deciding they can't take it anymore, and they quit, or it's too much work and they just don't want to do it anymore. Not faulting them, because I've been there. So I'm thankful I'm still on the trail. I am thankful that I am quickly nearing the place at which I got off trail in 2018. Sorry, I hope this is not looking like the Blair Witch Project with all of the wobbling and everything. I'm grateful that we have not been barraged with rain like the people in 2023 were. Can't imagine going through that. There were so many people that did sketchy road crossings. I need to make sure I'm still on the trail. grateful for how many cool days we've actually had well into the spring. I'm grateful that I have seen very few ticks. I'm grateful for the trees. They add so much beauty to the woods. I've never noticed until I've seen so many dead ones how much they contribute to the canopy and how thin the canopy above that shields us from the sun it's less with so many trees dying. I'm grateful for the birds and stuff that eat mosquitoes. I am grateful for my dehydrated food and for the Lord helping me to get all of that done and organized in such a way that I don't have to worry really about resupply. I saw someone trying to calculate when her next shower was going to be, when she was going to resupply next, and that too gets harder as you go further north. There are no dollar stores. It gets more expensive. It gets more difficult to get into town to get the food. So I am so grateful that I have done mail drops for that reason, because that kind of stress really wears on me. That's just one more thing that I don't have to worry about, and I'm grateful that Bud is such a whiz at knowing when to send those boxes so that they always get here on time. I'm thankful for my post office ladies who have helped us so much with these mail drops, and they are so supportive. I'm thankful for all of you who have supported me so much with your kind comments, with your coffees, with your friendship, with your prayers. I'm so grateful for that. I'm thankful for my neighbors and friends back home who are doing all of those things as well. And I'm also grateful for my at a distance friends who are also supporting me, encouraging me, praying for me. It just means so much to have that. I guess that ends the gratitude unless I think of something else. I just gotta say that my legs seem to have lost all their power. Going uphill, it's like my legs are just pooping out. I know I've got muscles, they just don't seem to be working well. And I'm not sure what's up with that. Whether I need more protein, more fat, or more electrolytes. I'm grateful that Bud was able to find some whey protein powder that was unsugared and unflavored. He was also able to find some of those Gatorade bars that he can start sending me. Thankful I'm still on the trail. That is amazing, because there is such a potential to get injured out here, either through overuse, through slipping and falling, and then the mental part is so hard, especially when you get to this stage. I'm grateful that I have met more people and that there are faces that I recognize, acquaintances lately. I'm grateful that it's not raining right now. I guess I'm gonna put this phone away for now. the most important thing is that I'm grateful I have Jesus, because so many people out here don't. And there are so many people out here who are looking for something. And he's shown himself to be so faithful to me. I've had so many answered prayers. He is working on me out here. I've had divine appointments and other things that have happened that he shows me that he's here with me. And not gonna lie and say that I don't sometimes want to take back my hike instead of hiking his hike. But really, all I can do is pray that he would help me to hike his hike. And as long as my heart is in the right place, even when I might make a misstep, he gets me back on the path. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that he never leaves me in the same place. And he never leaves me nor forsakes me. And that is the absolute honest truth. Because when push comes to shove, I know I'm not alone. And many times, he does use people, and he does work through people. But deep down, I've got peace through everything. Even when you hear me complain, there is a deep, abiding peace that I did not have for so many years, and I am so grateful for that peace and rest, knowing that everything is in his hands. It's all in his plan, even when it's not exactly what I think should happen or what I want to happen. So, I'm tired, people. I'm just tired. These long stretches are so hard, especially when it's excessively cold or excessively hot. I know that on some people's videos, there are those who get frustrated because the hikers are going into hostels or towns. Sometimes that's the only thing that keeps us going. And they're necessary for showers. And until you've been out here for 5, 7, even 3 days in the deep pit of summer, you won't understand what it's like to be out here without a shower. Oh, I've been thinking that my oatmeal is just not doing it for me. Because usually I'm just really dragging until I have some other snack later. I am actually contemplating getting honey buns to supplement my breakfasts for the extra calories. I think when push comes to shove, I'm just burning more than I'm taking in. I'm not one of those, as you all know, who loves to do the math and count all the calories and plan how many calories are in each meal. But I think I'm at the point where I'm willing to try even the honey buns. Every time I go into a place that has olive oil, I look at it, and I look at it, and I look at it, and I just can't stand the thought of putting that in my food or even carrying that bottle. And yes, I know I can order stuff, and if I order stuff, I'm definitely going to order that ghee because that tastes good, and it was light. So thank you, Raid, for sending those to me. I have made my choice if and when I choose to get those, which will probably be soon. I have a box coming in Salisbury, Connecticut, which will be in a day or two. And I think my next box is in Dalton, Massachusetts. So that's when I'll be getting my protein powder and my Gatorade bars. And I guess I am just babbling at this point. So I think I'm going to close out the morning report. This is the Housatonic River, and I've been hiking along it for a while now. Hello, I am at the Hitching Post Motel. I had to walk in because I had no service. I think it was a little over a mile, but it's an older motel, but the room is nice. It's nice and cool. I was never so glad to get a shower. I was in really, really bad shape. I've got sores on the underneath of my toes. I'm pretty sure it's from wearing wet socks and shoes. The wet socks and shoes are from walking through wet grass. And that's frustrating. But anyway, I'm hoping they don't get irritated anymore. They did my laundry here. Sometimes you have to do your own laundry. Sometimes they do it for you. Always you're paying for it, but they did my laundry, which I was very grateful for. Oh man, my clothes smelled so bad. I don't think I've ever sweated that much in my life. I don't think I've sweated to the point, except on the trail, but this time it was much worse. Sweated to the point that every single thing that is on my body is completely drenched. Today was hard. When I first started out, it was rocky. It was a rocky rock scramble descent, and I was having a sharp pain in my left knee. And I just kept praying about it. Then I texted Bud and asked him to pray about it. And then I discovered if I went down on the knee that was hurting first, I didn't get that sharp pain. But if I went down on my dominant leg and had the left knee bent, then I was getting that sharp pain. So I was able to alleviate that by changing up how I was doing things. But yesterday, it feels like yesterday. This morning was tough. Today was tough. We had a long stretch walking by the Housatonic River where it was flat, and I was able to make some really good time, but we had several climbs. There was this one rock scramble that was just really difficult and it slowed me way down. But anyway, finally I made it to the hotel, and I am so grateful to be here. I've been editing videos and uploading videos, and I ordered in because there's nothing here except the motel. There's no place to eat. So it was an Italian place that the motel owners recommended, and it delivers. Boy, I have not delivered stuff to eat in a very long time, and that delivery fee, I remember the days when you just tipped. There was no delivery fee, but I don't see how people order out and have it delivered anymore, because that's just expensive. However, the food I got under normal circumstances would have been enough for two. It was absolutely huge, and I ate every single bit of it. It was so good. I got chicken marsala. It came with a huge salad and a chunk of bread, and I enjoyed it to the fullest, and I think I really needed it. So tomorrow I am going to get a shuttle to the trail, and I'm tentatively planning on doing 18.6. Again, you can't stealth camp. You've got to camp either in a designated spot or at the shelter. So I'm going to the shelter, and that will leave me just under 5 miles to get to Salisbury, where I am going to stay again. Truth be told, I'd love to take a 0. I did 11.5, and here it felt like I'd done a whole day's worth. So I will pick up a box in Salisbury. I will stay at Maria McCabe's hostel, which her grandson has taken over, and go from there. I think I'm going to mail some stuff home, stuff that is heavy. I'm going to try to get a gas canister there and send home my alcohol stove, probably my Kindle. I know this is a repeat, and something else. You all probably remember it better than I do. I just got to get my pack weight lower because I am struggling on the uphills. My legs do not feel powerful. They should feel very powerful right now. I'm also having electrolytes today, and I think I'm going to have some electrolytes tomorrow before I leave. The shuttle will be at 7, and I guess that's it for now. I am so very grateful to be here. I was in really, really bad shape. I can't even convey to you how bad a shape it was. As I was editing those videos, I was watching them, and I can't tell how miserable I am. I can remember how miserable I was, how hot, how sweaty, how bug-bitten, how tired, how in pain. But I look at the video, and there's no way y'all could know. But I'm telling you, it was bad. And I'm very worried at this point. But I'm doing all I can do, and that's that. And I guess this is it for this evening. This is Rebound signing out.